to my YouTube channel, or for you, welcome to Bella the Bunny. I am Bella, and welcome to my new channel. So today I'm going to be telling you an embarrassing story that, well, it's not that embarrassing, but like a story time of what happened last night. Enjoy! So it all started last night where, I'll get to what happened later in the story, but so there's a moth on my window. Okay, let's get to the actual thing. So it all started last night where for dinner my family and I like having a little bit of spice added to our foods. So I started cutting up habaneros, and I had to wear gloves because it was really spicy. And so I was cutting up the habanero, and then I finished cutting it so that we could add it to our chicken. And so I set it on the counter so that I could wash it later, because the handle would melt if it went in the dishwasher, so I could only hand wash it, so I'd save it for later always. So then let's fast forward to about an hour or two later. I was ready for like a little snack before I went to bed or started binge watching videos on Netflix. And I decided I wanted some apple slices. So I got my apple slicer, I cut it, and there was a little bit of like the stem on like one of my apple slices. So I went to go get a knife, and I picked up a knife on the counter that I found, and I cut that piece off, and then I went over and sat down and ate my apples. But a few minutes later, I was on my like last two apple slices, and then I realized it suddenly tasted like cinnamon, but then it got really spicy, and like I like quickly ran and got like my chapstick, this chapstick, and I rubbed it all over my lips, and I didn't know what was happening, so I just going, and then what happened was I went and told my my sister, because she had pear slices as well, and we cut off some pieces. She had to cut off some like seeds, and I just cut off that one stem. And so then I asked her, was your food spicy? It was like really spicy for me, and like my lips are like on fire. And then she said, yes, my lips sting. And I was at this point just kind of like, okay, so I went over to my mom. Yes, I still live with my mom. I'm 12, okay? And I told her, my apples, like the last two apples were kind of spicy. And so she had no clue what was going on. She was like, I don't know, what's wrong with you? And then I went back over to my sister, and I was like, it's really spicy. So we were like, should we put on like some ice? And so we just got like an ice cube and like kept rubbing it on our lips, and it like it was so spicy, like my lips were on fire so much that at this point I think it like kind of hurt a bit, and it was a bit spicy, like, well, obviously, but like it also made my around all my mouth turn red. Like right around here, it turned red. I have pictures of it that I'll show in a little bit. But I was like, what's wrong with this? And then she was like, wait a minute, weren't you cutting up the habanero peppers with that knife? And I got like a little flashback, and I was like, I did set them on the counter, and I grabbed the knife that still had the habanero spice on it, because we used up like 4 habaneros for like the seasoning and stuff. And I grabbed the knife, and I like the spice was still on there. So I got like spice all over, like I got habanero all over my lips and in my mouth, and it hurt so bad. I'm fine right now, but I'm still wearing chapstick. But that's kind of like an embarrassing story, I'd say. And I just kind of like stood there. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And so yes, but here are some of the pictures of me when I took a picture of my red lips last night. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for listening to my story time, and let me know if you guys have had any embarrassing stories or just stories that are kind of weird. I'd like to hear some of them, but not inappropriate ones. This is a kid-friendly channel. So yes, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!